David 2-0 defeat go to Basford this afternoon. Other than the goals, obviously, what do you put it down to? What was the difference between the two sides?
Desire, determination, in some cases ability, football intelligence. I could go on.
Yeah.
It's shocking. Yeah.
I mean, we started very slowly. They took the lead. We woke up a little bit after that, but there wasn't enough, was there, really? We huffed and puffed a bit, but
I just said in there, you can't replace. You can have all the ability in the world if you don't have the desire, work rate, and commitment. There's no point even stepping out there. So I say I protected them for too many weeks now, when it's quite obvious that I've just said some very harsh home truths in there, and then I can't stand here and take a team that has not been built by me. If it was my team, you have to hold your hands up. I can't protect them anymore because it's obvious that they either don't want to do it for me, for the club, and I've just said this week, if anybody wants to leave the club, free to do, everyone in that place, and then it's time to rebuild, and you just have to put your tin hats on and try to get the points before we can rebuild and do everything we can.
So it's an individual problem as well as a collective in terms of the group.
I won't say, look, lovely set of kids. It's nothing to do with it. I just said it's not personal. I actually like them all. But in football terms, there's a few that are maybe a level too high for themselves. Football intelligence, when you're trying to keep it simple and tell them things, it's, I'd say, normally you say the old saying, it goes in one ear out the other. I don't think it even goes in. So if I don't be honest now, this could go on. And I said, you do know you're in line to get relegated, and it doesn't feel like it hurts people enough, and that's my frustration. And sometimes people can take kindness for weakness. And again, I've been nice about it, but I can't not tell the truth.
So is there anything you do other than change the personnel? Do you think this current group, you're not going to make us see a substantial change, a good enough change from your point of view?
Well, it'd be interesting now to see. We've got the trophy. The old cliche of see a reaction. It doesn't. How many times can you say let's have a reaction before we become at least consistent, or you kind of know what you're getting? But yeah, I need to. For us at Blythe Spartans, I think I was looking at the board, 24 players, far too many. So that'll be something I'm looking at, and luckily I spoke to the board this week, and if we can, they don't mind me doing it if we can get players out and a couple in, but I'm not going to just get players in for no reason, it has to be the right player. We can't just keep the cycle going. I have to be honest now and in front of the fans and everybody watching that I know it's not good enough. I can't stand here and pretend not to be, and it was tough last week with everything that happened and getting my frustrations out, but I've said it to the lads, so now I say it to you. I'm quite an open person, as you know, that you come in and I say how it is, and it's not fair. It's not fair for the club, for the people who are paying money for. It might not go down well, but it's not fair to the chairman and that they're getting paid by them, no matter what anybody thinks or says. You can't do that and expect no repercussions.
Yeah, so it's going to be changes, clearly. You have been dealt a difficult hand. Your expression is you can't win with a losing hand, and that evidently is what's happening literally at the moment. I mean, you obviously take it very personally. You are taking responsibility for it, even though you're in this position. How quickly can we turn things around? I know you can't put time scales on maybe changing personnel and getting more spirit up, but do you see a future looking rosier sooner rather than later?
Again, let's go for cliches. You mentioned cards. We didn't have a losing hand. We folded. Like, whether that's me or them, we both have to take responsibility. It's me that stood in front of the camera. On the next one, the old one of it seems to get worse before it gets better. How much worse can it get? And that's what I've told them in there. How much embarrassment can you put on yourselves? And it won't be fair to me if I don't go in there and tell them what I really think and they aren't good enough. There's no point telling them they're the world's best and it's false hope. I don't do it to my own children, so I'm not going to do it to these.
Just finally, David, at the end of the game, I noticed you went across and talked to some of the fans who applauded you at the end of that conversation. Can you say a little bit about what that was about?
Yeah, I just said I understand the frustrations of. I was talking about the game, other matters and nothing to do with me, but I said I understand your frustrations. Thank you for coming, because I know that a few people haven't turned up, and quite frankly, they didn't deserve what they saw today, and they actually turned up. Some didn't, and probably some of our players shouldn't have turned up, because that's how strongly I feel now, because I can't carry on disguising something. I'll say it in a nice way, you can't polish a turd. And I've told them, come and see me. Go into my office. I've been at a level where people end up fighting in the change room over one goal, a clean sheet, a loss, in the grand scheme of things. Nothing here frightens me, fans, because I'll go speak to them, I'll be honest. So that's all that was said. I think they just appreciate that the scene that they heard, and I don't think, again, I'm not sure if it's just gone, not even in one ear with the lads. They will go up and clap because they've been told to. Would some of them do that if I hadn't told them to? And this is what I said. You soon go in the bar and face up the fans when we've won, but the balls shrivel up when we've lost. So I'd rather have 10 lads that have got big balls and not the greatest ability, because I think I'd get more out of it.
David, you've been very frankly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.